What is up, everybody? Cliff Ravenscraft here with another reflection from, oh my gosh, it's not the front seat of my car. It's not reflection from the front porch. I gotta come up with a name for a reflection from the studio. Anyway, I am totally addicted to creating content for you guys, and I wanna share a story with you today. Oh gosh, I should have thought of this ahead of time. Let me pull this up. Can I find this one really quickly? It's an affirmation I wanna share with you, and it's one that should be at the relatively start of my list because it's one that I don't know that I have recorded. Actually, no, I did record the actual audio version. Let me play this for you. I'm gonna just hold this up there and let you guys hear it. Got to turn the volume all the way up, and here's what it sounds like.
I want to be conscious about recognizing those who knowingly or unknowingly contributed to who I am and what I have today.
All right. By the way, that's brought to you via the Think Up app, not a sponsor. Anyway, the Think Up app, I've been told, is not available only on is not only available on iOS, but it also has an Android version. And I think you can go to thinkup.com. Is that gonna hold on? Don't go there yet. Wait, let me confirm. It is not it. So what I'm just gonna do is Google Think Up app. And it's probably thinkup.me. Thinkup.me is the website. You can go grab this application. It's for affirmations, and you can put in all your daily affirmations. You can record them in your own voice, and then it can drop some music in the background and play them automatically for you. I love this app. But anyway, today, what was it? Gosh. I want to consistently recognize those who knowingly or unknowingly contributed to who I am and what I have today. And that's what I want to do in this vlog today. I want to actually acknowledge two people who just recently, within this past week, maybe the past 2 weeks, has had a no, it's been the past week actually, who's had a profound and positive impact on my life. That's what I want to do right now. So I want to tell you about Demian Ross and Gary Cantrell. First, I want to tell you about Demian Ross, all right? Okay, so little story here to set this thing up. I was at Social Media Marketing World, and I think it happened just this year. I'm walking through the hotel lobby there in San Diego, along with tons of other participants of the Social Media Marketing World community, and as I'm walking through the hallway, I hear my name, and some guy saying, "Hey, Cliff!" And I look over and I couldn't tell which person sitting there on the bench was the person who just said my name. And then I see this guy, this big, huge, tall guy. He's a big guy. I think he's like 6'6". I actually know this because, well, I'll explain in just a moment. But anyway, I see this guy. It's like, oh my gosh, I recognize him, and I want to say his name because you know what? I think it's important to remember people's names. But I'm like, hey, and he goes, Demian. And I'm like, oh yeah, hey, Demian. And I felt like an idiot because I do remember being introduced to him years prior. He works for Social Media Examiner, which, I mean, granted, there's a lot of people that work for Social Media Examiner, do work for them and stuff like that, but I'm very close personal friends to Michael Stelzner. I know these people, they know me, and yet, even though I've been introduced to him and we've actually had conversations, albeit very short conversations, I've been introduced to him in the past and I knew his name. And he says, maybe it's because I grew the beard. And I'm like, yeah, let's go with that. And I'm like, oh, I feel horrible, right? And but the thing is, I didn't recognize him. But I want to tell you, I know who Demian is now, mostly because of the fact that that event happened. And I made it a point that I want to make sure that that never happens again. It's important to me. I like this guy. He genuinely, when you talk to him, you can tell that he's got a spirit about him, that he genuinely knows who I am. He's expressed some interest in who I am. He must obviously follow me through social media, and yet I don't know that very much about him, and I'd like to change that. And so that was a desire of mine. And you know what? So I made sure after that happened, I started following him in social media and stuff like that. And I sent the Facebook friend request, or if we were already friends, I went back in and I made sure that I followed him because a long time ago, I went through and unfollowed anybody that I didn't actually know that well. that's a whole nother vlog for another time. But anyway, I went back in and followed him, and as a result of that, I've seen Demian show up in my timeline from time to time, periodically. But recently, I've seen him popping up a lot with these videos in my timeline. And it's like day 90 of the road to 300. And I gotta admit to you, the first several times I saw these video thumbnails, I didn't watch them. I just saw them go through. For whatever reason, I just felt like I didn't have enough time, maybe not enough interest, or whatever the case may be, but I saw them coming up consistently over and over again. And then one day, what do? I have a little extra time, and I click play. It's like a 1 or 2 or 3 minute video. And I'm like, Demian just hits record while he's out on a road trip. His goal is to record to record a total of 300 daily vlogs within a 365-day period of time. So he wants to do this consistently. He wants to show up, and it's a way for him to just be present in social media, to let people in on who he is and his thoughts about what he thinks about, and to give people an opportunity to get to know who Demian Ross is. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I gotta admit, the first time I watched one of those videos, it's just like, okay, I don't know quite what he's doing. I don't know what the road to 300 is yet. I'm not sure I'm all that interested yet. But I watched the video, and I get a little daily update, a glimpse into one of his 24-hour periods of his life in a 2-minute update, and I'm like, hey, he's rather entertaining. And I especially found myself intrigued at the end of the video when he switches from color to black and white, and he gives some kind of like just off-the-wall, unrehearsed, and just more authentic, transparent style of sharing. And sometimes I found that he does those, and they're like those outtake funny things, right? So anyway, I found myself intrigued and interested in his little approach. That sounds so demeaning. It's not what I mean. But his short form approach to sharing his life online. Not any big, huge pretense. It's just, this is who I am. This is what I'm going to do. If I'm actually working for a social media company, which is Social Media Examiner, and by the way, I've since learned, I know so much about Demian Ross today, and I'm excited about what I know about Demian Ross, and I've become a huge Demian Ross fan. I am, Demian, if you're watching this, I am a fan of your content, and for many reasons. But I found myself intrigued. It's like, listen, I'm going to be a social media person as well if I'm going to sell sponsorships to Social Media Examiner, right? So I started watching his stuff, and I just start watching them as they come out. So over the last couple days, there's one video a day that shows up, and I watch that video for the day. And then, of course, I'm like, okay, I wonder if Demian has a YouTube channel, because I'd like to make sure that I throw him into my subscriptions. By the way, I'm only subscribed to like 18 channels on YouTube. All right, and sometimes when a channel is throwing out so much content, and I'm not interested in every single piece of content that they throw out at me, I will unsubscribe to that channel because I want to actually follow all the content of all the channels that I'm subscribed to. And I figure that if I unsubscribe from them, then if it's really important, YouTube's going to throw it up in their YouTube algorithm. Well, what happened was I said, hey, I wonder if Demian has a YouTube channel where he's putting these videos as well, and he does. And it's, well, let me see if I can pull it up here real quick so I can tell you where to go to find Demian, because I encourage you to do it. Demian, is it easy to find you? So I've got youtube.com/channel/ a bunch of random characters. Demian, dude, go into YouTube and do the custom permalink or whatever. Kind of like mine's youtube.com/CliffEOTC. I think youtube.com/CliffRavenscraft works as well. I'd love to just tell people to go to youtube.com/Demian Ross, but unfortunately, I don't know that would work. So actually, let me try it. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna go to youtube.com/Demian Ross. Let's see. Never mind. He's a social media guy. How crazy was it for me to even question his professional approach to YouTube channels? Will you please forgive me, Demian? That was so wrong of me. Anyway, youtube.com/Demian Ross. By the way, it's DEMIAN. Demian, Demian Ross, Ross. So youtube.com/Demian Ross. And follow his channel. I'm subscribed to Damian's channel, and I love his approach to YouTube. I love his approach to sharing who he is, what journey he's on. I understand all about why he's on the road that he's on, traveling the United States. I know why he's doing the first 24 states, and then he'll decide whether he does the other 24. I know all about him deciding to move away from California, but he doesn't quite know where he wants to go. I know who he's traveling on the road with. He just answered 20 questions, 20 Facebook questions just recently. On October 17th, which was October 17th of last year. And the reason why is because the YouTube algorithm started kicking up videos from him doing them in the past. And I'm like, hey, 20 questions. I'd love to hear 20 answers to 20 questions posed to Demian Ross. And why would I be interested? Because I'm intrigued to learn more about Demian. You know why? Because when I go to San Diego, Social Media Marketing World 2018 or 2019. Do you know what I'm going to do? I am going to intentionally search out Demian Ross. And I'm going to say, Demian, remember me? Cliff Ravenscraft. And he's like, yeah, I think I know you. No, he's not going to do that. But anyway, I'm going to search him out. And yes, I'm going to feel intimidated because he's giant and I'm short. And we're going to have that awkward conversation where I'm looking at him the whole time. And it's going to be like I'm in awe of him because, you know, have you ever talked to a tall person before when you're short? It's like you're talking and it's just like, I'm in awe of you. Anyway, here's what I love. If you've been watching my vlog content lately and you found that I'm a little bit more authentic, not that I've ever been false, but I'm just more free to be myself, a lot of that is because I've been inspired by Demian to just be real, man. You don't have to edit everything. It doesn't have to be crazy. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be short. It just has to be you. And Demian, I love that. And I'm tempted to actually steal your switch to black and white whenever I want to and switch back and all that other stuff. And you know what I love? This is what I love. I went here and I check out his YouTube channel. And do you know what? What day is he on? Let me see if I can find that out. If I go in here and do playlists and we're on the road to 300 and what number is he on? He's on, hold on. Goodness. Should have done this ahead of time. We're going to pull this up here. We're going to scroll all the way to the bottom. Where, goodness gracious. I think he's on around day 100. Yeah, I think who cares, right? This is where I should have edited out. That's the creative edit, but I'm not editing. Demian Ross, I think, is on video number 100. Now, I think Facebook is his primary platform for this. In fact, I'm going to go to Facebook, and I'm going to find a Demian Ross thing here. I want to see how many people are watching this thing, because, I almost hope it's not a lot, because that would motivate and inspire me even more. Demian, I hope that you understand, if you're watching this, that you understand what I mean. Oh gosh. So why is it not pulling up immediately in my feed? You're almost always in my feed, and now Facebook won't show me a Demian Ross video for nothing. It's probably because I've stopped watching you on Facebook and I'm watching all of your stuff on YouTube now. And oh, here you are. So Demian Ross. I'm gonna go here and I'm looking at. So day 98 was just posted recently, 226 views on Facebook. All right, let's go down to, scroll down, day 97, 314 views. I know there's another one in here, day 96, 341. So on Facebook, averaging about 350 views. On YouTube, averaging a few hundred views. And that is inspiring to me. It's like Demian Ross is he's an incredibly entertaining guy. He's an interesting guy. He's doing something that I find is my favorite philosophy of marketing is do something or be someone worth talking about. And he checks both boxes. Demian Ross is doing something worth talking about. He's on the road, and he's actually made a goal to publish a minimum of 300 vlog episodes within 1 year. That's worth talking about. It's interesting, and he's creating intriguing content along the way, and he's giving people insight into his life and just little glimpses of who he is, and he is doing social for what social media was created for, and that is to be social. I am inspired by this guy. I love Demian Ross. And not only that, as I listen to him and I hear his story, do you know, I've probably watched about 40 or 50 episodes so far, 40 or 50 of the 98 days, and I will probably eventually watch all of them. I'm not committing to that, but I probably will, because there will be days when I'm bored. I'm like, well, I wonder what I can find in the archives for Demian Ross. And what I love is every single day I'm learning little glimpses about him. I'm learning about the fact that he's 20 years sober from, and just go and watch his archives. He's an incredible human being. He is someone worth talking about. He is someone, and he's doing something worth talking about, and that's why I'm talking about him. And what I love is he does this, and it doesn't seem like every single day he's saying, oh, please subscribe to my channel and hit that like button, blah, da, da, blah, da, da, blah. No, he's just putting it out there, and you know what? He's got 192 subscribers. I think we should send him a few hundred more subscribers. Go and subscribe to Demian Ross today. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. It's incredibly cool. I love Demian. Demian, thank you so much for motivating and inspiring me. You, my friend, have contributed to who I am and what I'm doing in this world as a result of my own vlogging. Not that I wasn't free before, but man, I feel even more free in the content that I'm creating today because of you. All right, another person I want to tell you about right here. Look at that. This right here, this is Gary Cantrell. Gary Cantrell is on Instagram, and he is doing some exciting stuff on Instagram. By the way, Gary Cantrell is on a weight loss journey. Oh my gosh, it's 7:25. I've got a mastermind call that starts in 5 minutes. So I have to wrap this up. But Gary Cantrell, G-A-R-Y. Who doesn't know how to spell Gary? Gary with a G. Like, is there another way to spell Gary? Cantrell. Can, T-R-E-L-L. C-A-N-T-R-E-L. E-L-double-L. Gary Cantrell. Go follow him on Instagram, his weight loss journey. I'm loving him. He's motivating me. He's inspiring me. He's encouraging me. I am motivated by his dedication to what he is doing. He's began to ask himself, what do I want out of life as far as my health and fitness? What would it take for me to get it? And he's achieving it. I loved his little insights along the way. Not that they're little demeaning, just the shortness of what he shares, and it has big impact. Great stuff. Gary Cantrell is motivating me, encouraging me, inspiring me, and he's also helped me get into understanding how IGTV works. In that first day, he spent a lot more time trying to figure out the ins and outs. I was seeing him already active on IGTV, and I'm like, hey, Gary, how did you do that? And he took time to respond and share with me step by step how to do it. And as a result, I've been able to jump into IGTV as well. Gary Cantrell, thank you for who you are. You, my friend, have contributed more to my life in a powerful way as well. Demian Ross, go follow him on YouTube. Gary Cantrell, follow him on Instagram. These are two men who have contributed and added to my life in a powerful, profound, and positive way. I've got a mastermind call. Until next time, I encourage you to take everything you do to the next level. Go follow those guys. Tell them I said hi. Bye.